A breath of fresh air is a popular figure of speech to describe something delightful, pleasant, and maybe even beautiful. The phrase must be something foreign to the people of the Central Valley, considering that an actual breath of fresh air is something few and far between. Consider the people of Wesley, California, who still suffered the ramifications of a massive tire fire in 1999. Juan Luna, a farm worker and resident of Wesley, describes the effects of the fire. As you would breathe, it would burn. Maria, a concerned resident and mother of 3, recalls her troubles. It affected me, it affected my family, mostly it affected my kids. The fire burned for 34 days straight before being put out, and scientists confirmed that several potent carcinogens were prevalent in the smoke. What do you think a breath of fresh air means to Juan and Maria? In a world that upholds Catholic social teachings and principles of solidarity and respect for life, the people of the Central Valley wouldn't have to be subject to instances of environmental injustice. Solidarity is the absence of personal agendas and desires and sacrifice for the good and prosperity of all. This principle extends itself past just humans to include all of creation. To subscribe to the idea of environmental justice, or any notion of justice at all, means to live life according to the principle of solidarity, and synonymous with solidarity is respect for life. While these principles seem overambitious, to forfeit their possibilities means to forfeit any possibility of true justice. Revisiting the event of the Wesley tire fire, simple empirical data alone frames the event as an instance of injustice. The accumulation of the tires was not something that happened overnight, but rather a period of several decades. The people of Wesley constantly expressed their disapproval to local, state, and federal officials to no end. A community should never be powerless in matters concerning their place of living, nor should they be subject to an authority that cares not for their well-being. This is too often the case in the Central Valley. Environmental injustice is a very real problem, and it is alive and well in the Central Valley of California. The environmental justice movement is young, and it is in need of support and strength from an educated and compassionate community. As members of the Catholic Church, who hold significance to the principles of solidarity and a respect for life, the relevance of environmental justice cannot be ignored or denied. It is plain to see that the goals of environmental justice are not far removed from the teachings and doctrines of the Catholic religion. The Church must be another voice that sheds light upon the reality of environmental injustice, and not another cold shoulder or blind eye. Ignoring the calls and pleas of the people of the Central Valley would be hypocritical and in defiance to Central Catholic principles. Many Catholics would be quick to acknowledge care for creation and the poor as fundamental elements of their faith, but far too many Catholics couple those sentiments with action. The St. Francis Pledge, presented by the Catholic Coalition on Climate Change, is a step in the right direction to care for creation and the poor. In taking the pledge, Catholics vow to pray, learn, assess, act, and advocate in the best interest of all of creation. Take the St. Francis Pledge by visiting www.catholicclimatecovenant.org and start recognizing your responsibility as a steward of creation.